Hello everyone, I am Yan, your favorite friendly Frenchman, and the Toybox Pack has just come out this week, and I want to thank Chris from Frontier for giving me early access to the DLC and the update which allowed me to make this project for you today. But what is this project? Well, I decided to take inspiration from Disney's Toy Story Mania to make a realistic trackless shooting dark ride with the new Toybox theme, which I very originally called Toybox Mania, and for veterans of the channel, you know how hard my shooting rides go. So just before I get building, let me give you a moment to like and subscribe, that way you won't miss the upcoming episodes of my returning park series, Belflor. Alright, where does one start when making a dark ride, let alone a shooting ride? Well, for any interior build, it's always best to work from the inside out. We're starting here with the tutorial scene of the ride. It's always confusing when you don't know what to shoot on these rides, so I've put 6 different color targets which will tell you how many points they're worth as you shoot them. This is also where we're introduced to our two main characters, the policeman and Clem, who we'll be able to see in several scenes during our adventure. When you're starting to build a dark ride, you're building a story, so the best thing to do after the beginning is to know where it'll end, and that's why I've mirrored the tutorial scene to make a leaderboard at the end of the ride. This is something I will update on a regular basis with your high scores as you send them on the YanHQ Discord server, because yes, you'll be able to play this ride on the workshop once this video is over, a minigame inside the game. Pretty neat, huh? We also find the policeman and Clem celebrating your victory as you seem to have successfully defeated the aliens. That's a bit of foreshadowing for you. Last but not least, for the first elements of the ride, the station. I love the in-universe details of the Toy Story lands where you can see the cardboard boxes of the toys the rides are supposed to be, and this is exactly what I'm up to here. This is the box of a toy called the Quick Draw, a subtle reference to the name of the shooting ride in the original Planet Coaster. I imagine that this toy would be some sort of Western-themed laser tag duel with a quick draw sheriff star for the winner. Our ride story takes place in the toy box of my younger self, and you can see that young Yans used the laser tag toy for something new with ranks depending on your score. At 0 points, you're a bad friend, at 20k, you're a raccoon, at 40k, you're a cute bunny, at 60k, you're an alien menace, at 80k, you're Max Stormcloud, the new mascot of this DLC, and finally, at 100k, you are the quick draw sheriff and you get the star. You can even see the scissors used to cut the box into curtains that open when a ride leaves or returns to the station. Speaking of which, those cardboard curtains will be the only unrealistic piece of this project. I mean, look at the size of them. We'll have to hide that later. Now that we have the basics for the ride completed, it's time to build the body of the ride, and I've decided to ease you into the story with a travel scene through the forest first. Yan's toy box has got lots of wooden trees. What am I saying? All trees are wooden. I meant to say they're wooden cubes shaped as trees, but then they're not cubes anymore. Anyway, all that to say that our targets here are mostly fruits waiting to be collected from these trees. As the vehicle gets to the first scene, keep your eyes peeled, you might spot some critters running around the woods. Get it? Woods? The vehicle then leaves the scene interacting with another ride vehicle, which is going to be the only time it does that. I couldn't fit more interactions between them later on, but I think it's a super cool thing to have done it once regardless. Moving on from this interaction, you might have spotted the sign to Toy Town, and to get there, you'll get under a bridge to change environments from a bucolic one to a more urban one. On the edge of town, you usually find a fast food restaurant, a gas station, and a mega store. Obviously, to a 7-year-old, those stores only exist to sell 2 things, toys and food. This is where we meet Clem once again, who I've recolored because I thought the animatronics base colors did not pop enough, so I wanted to tap into Barbie colors here. It looks like she's witnessing the start of an alien invasion, and they want to color everything green. After a brief fight at the mega store, you'll turn around to enter the Toy Town police station. Our policeman has locked away the 2 aliens thanks to our help, but it looks like they want help from something inside the building? An alien clay monster is attacking the police's secret weapon. By the way, this is using googly eyes on a rotating platform because those pieces are physics-based and I just love them. This theme is so fun to build with. With the secret weapon being destroyed by the blob, your Toy Town's only hope, so the policeman tells you to go and save it as you leave the police station. The aliens have indeed invaded and painted everything green. This is where the battle for Toy Town begins, where you have to defend it against a horde of aliens. Sort of. of. Young Yan only had 3 alien figures in his toy box, so you know, that's all we're getting here. After that scene, Clem's house is on fire because of the invasion, so as the blob has just been defeated, it's time to put out the fire, and I've gotta say I love this new claymation fire effect, really useful for realistic fake fire in future projects too. This is also where we find the workshop, or in realism terms, the maintenance bay. I genuinely want to commit to realism now that I'm on PC, so this corner at the back of the show building will be exactly that. As you approach another bridge, you'll realize that there's a crashed not-so-flying saucer near it, and that's foreshadowing for our final scene, which is going to be the biggest set piece of our dark ride. This is the boss fight with King Glup in the Central Park, and this is where most of the budget would have gone. We have flying saucers, a King Glup animatronic, a massive action scene. Speaking of which, the arms are made using the new spring platforms to make their movements unpredictable. I wanted to use them more throughout the ride, but it honestly made the minigame too difficult, so I didn't. Now don't worry, our saucers won't always be flying. They'll be attached to the structure of the show building, but we'll get to that in a moment. Now the last thing there was to do to connect the King Glup scene to the leaderboard scene was to make sure you understood that the aliens were defeated, so I made a crashed saucer hiding the boss accompanied by 2 wooden cubes saying GG on your way out. And there we go, all of the show scenes for Toybox Mania are done, and thanks to everything built here I can easily see what shape of show building I need, and thankfully this only needs to be a good old rectangular box. So what do you say, shall we put the finishing touches on our dark ride? There we go, that's more like it. As you can see, the keyword here is realism. The show building is painted green so that it blends in with the greenery hiding it, and we've got all sorts of air ducts and pipes on the roof, which is all flat and the rain needs to get somewhere, so I decided to have a lot of drains to evacuate the water. We also have generators, several emergency exits, and of course the access to the maintenance bay, which is where all of that theming would have come inside from. But what's really interesting here is the lead up to the ride, isn't it? For the outside, I wanted to have this backyard kind of feel, which really makes me want to do a complete toy box area at some point. We're greeted by the ride sign and a massive toy box acting as the facade for the show building. From inside the park, you wouldn't even know it was there. The outside queue is using those construction toys as supports and rectangular pallets with stickers on them for the roof, all of that for a delightful modular cattle pen. After that, you get inside the toy box and are greeted by the quick draws box, but you can also go deeper to find references to the characters and elements you'll see during your ride. This is also the first time in years that I've written a letter to Santa, and it was really fun. It adds context to the story that you're inside 7-year-old me's toy box. I let you pause the video or download the creation if you want to read it. Finally, as I was making the exit for the ride, I realized there was a huge portion of unused space in the building, so I decided to turn it into a gift shop where you can buy plushies of the main characters, various wooden toys, and other random gift shop stuff. And voila, my friends, this is Toybox Mania, a Toy Story Mania inspired shooting ride playable right now with this share code and Planet Coaster 2. But just before you go try to beat my high score of 105,000 points, let's have a ride on this together first. And voila! This was Toybox Mania, a shooting right blueprint that you can use in your parks thanks to this share code, and remember to share your high scores on my YanHQ Discord server. Your invite awaits in the description, of course. If you've enjoyed this and would like to see more, like and hype this video and consider subscribing. Next up, we'll finally be going back to my realistic French regional park Bellefleur to build its first thrill coaster. Don't miss that! I want to thank my channel supporters and VIP supporters for their support. This channel and I owe you a ton, and you really do help me continue this beautiful journey every single month, so thank you. If you want to become a supporter too, you'll find the link to do so in the description. Thank you all so much for watching my video. This has been Yan, your favorite friendly Frenchman, and as always, you've been awesome, and I'll see you all in Bellefleur. Bye.